y'all, and welcome to today's video. I have the new Ensley Lands of Enchantment collection. This is so cute. Look at that. Look at this castle. I'm excited. We are going to play with the palette, highlighter, singles, loose pigments. We're going to play with everything. I cannot wait. Let's jump into it. We are going to be creating looks with the full Lands of Enchantment collection. I'm so excited that Ensley did send me this. I'm going to show you close-ups and swatches of everything. We're going to talk about the launch, and we're going to apply the products together so that I can let you know how the quality is. Is it what I've been expecting from Ensley because they have really been killing it this year. I want to talk about everything piece by piece. You see this beautiful palette. I actually prefer the flip side. I love this like castle packaging. We have magnetic palette. We have a large mirror, this beautiful like wintry color story with jewel tones, pastels. We're gonna play with everything. Now, before I get into the close-ups and swatches, I did want to show you that the palette comes in this really nice protected box. So when you open it up, it has the foam and everything. I just really like that. I like when brands take a little extra time on packaging to make sure that the palette is not going to break in the mail, because that's like heartbreak when that happens. But I do want to tell you about this collection. I do have an affiliate code with Ensley. If you ever are shopping their site and you want to save, you can use code Heather and it will give you a discount. I will put the launch information, everything down below in the description box also. This collection is launching on November 21st at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, and they said they will be processing orders starting on November 30th. The palette is going to be $88.88, and then you can use the discount code on top of that to save. Now, Ensley did tell me that there were, I think, 3 or 4 shades in the palette that were not up to the quality that they expect. They caught it in quality control, and those are going to be fixed before launch. But I have swatched the palette already, played around with it, and I do not have any quality issues whatsoever. But I did just want to let you know that they are going to fix those before the launch on the 21st. So I'm really into the palette. I'm super excited to create looks with y'all. But in this collection, we do also have a molten liquid shadow. This is not a new to me formula. I have tried this formula from Ensley before, and I really like it. But this is a new shade, and it is the shade Galactic Goddess. There are also loose pigments, loose shadows. There are 4 multi-chromes and 1 diamond duochrome. I did swatch these over a tacky base. I used a glitter glue. I used the one from Ensley Use whatever one you want. I really like these from Ensley I just think they look really beautiful, super impactful. Wear them on the eyes, wear them on the face, whatever you want to do. There are also 4 multi-chrome single shadows, and I do want to show you that they come in this cute little like cardboard sleeve too, with the front of the palette like packaging on them. I just wanted to show you that because I thought that was a nice detail. If you didn't want to buy the palette but you wanted something with this image on it, the single shadows do come in this sleeve. These are also really, really beautiful. I'm excited to add these to my single Ensley shadow collection. I have my magnetic palette pulled out. I'm gonna pop them in. I think these shades are really beautiful, really sparkly, really shifty. Last but not least, I have a highlighter. I did not swatch this. This is the Rainbow Starseed highlighter. I thought it would be fun if we just put this on the face together. It is very, very pretty, so we're gonna try it on together. But that is everything that is in this collection. I know I said the launch date and everything already, but I will also have it all in the description box. I'm going to zoom y'all in, and we are going to we're going to start with highlight. Okay, y'all, we are going to take this highlighter. This is very light, but it is a rainbow in the pan. This is the Rainbow Starseed Aura highlighter, Ensley I'm going to put this on with my BK Beauty Nikki LaRose brush. Let me see if I can turn in a way that I can see and y'all can see. And we're gonna brush this on. Yeah, that is pretty. It's got rainbow sparkles. So pretty. Oh, I love a highlight that has color to it. I mean, like rainbow color to it. It has some sparkle. So I'm just going to kind of press and blend that in. That's really, really beautiful. Oh, cutie. I like that. And then when I turn to the front, here's what it looks like. Turn to the side, here's what it looks like. Definitely has a lot of like pinky peach to it. And then I also see that green, purpley, really pretty. I'm also wearing, not part of this collection, but I am wearing the Rain or Shine lip gloss. This is in the shade Grape Slushy, and I will link like my other lip color, blush, bronzer, all of that will be in the description box, just in case you're curious. Okay, I think this is so pretty. I feel great in it. I'm going to prime my eyes with my Sigma eye primer. I'm going to use the shade Persuade. It's a little more cool and pinky in undertone, and I think it's going to be really beautiful for our look today. So before I put down my primer, I do want to show you the shades that we are going to start with. We're going to use some of these matte shades, and I want to do this beautiful pastel pink up here and this beautiful deep dark purple. Something that really attracted me to this palette is that we have very light matte shades, very dark matte shades, very light non-mattes, be it shimmers, multi-chromes, duochromes, whatever, and very dark ones. Like we have a lot of contrast in this palette, and we also have some mid-tones, which you don't always see. So we're gonna start with those two shades, a very light and a very dark shade. So I'm starting with that dark purple shade, Dark Crystal. No, I'm sorry, Great Crystal. Great Crystal, not Dark Crystal. And I'm gonna put this all out here in the outer portion of my socket to the lash line, and then I'm bringing it out to open up my deep set eyes. You don't have to bring your shades out this far if you're following along. Maybe you're interested in this palette. Hopefully my video will help you if you were thinking about buying it. Maybe you're not shopping for makeup right now, and hopefully my video will give you some inspiration. Maybe shop your stash, see if you can create the looks with what you have. Maybe you don't even like makeup and you're here to hang out. Hopefully you have fun, because I always have fun playing with makeup. And I am super excited for this color story because I just think it's so beautiful. I think it's gonna be perfect, not just for winter, but also to transition into spring. I mean, listen, wear your shadow colors whenever you want to wear them. You don't have to pay attention to the season, but I do think it's fun to take inspiration, you know? Okay, let's put that pink pastel right here in the front part of our socket. Our socket, my socket, it's not yours. I'm just gonna buff and blend. I love how light this is. It's a very, very, very pastel with that white base. And if I put a white eye primer underneath, it would pop more, but I don't want it to be like that. I more so just want the contrast. So I'm just going to kind of layer this a little bit, and then I'm going to kind of buff and blend out that deeper purple with this shade. Both of the brushes that I'm using are from Singe. I will try to remember, I usually do, and put the brushes in the description box as well. Okay, I want to take that same purple that we used in the outer corner, Great Crystal, and I want to just put this on my lower lash line. This is just an angled brush from Game Beauty. And I'm going to kind of press just like that. I'm going to connect it to what we have going on up top, and then just slowly blend it because we're going to use this as a little bit of a base. Okay, for this look, I wanted to use the palette, the liquid shadow, the single shadows, the loose multi-chromes, duochromes. I wanted to use them all in this look, and we'll definitely do something with just the palette too, but I am going to pull in the Molten Liquid Shadow in the shade Galactic Goddess. So pretty. It has this like flat paddle applicator, so you can put it right on the lid, but I'm actually going to use this for the lower lash line. So I cleaned off my angled brush, and I'm just going to pick the shadow up from the applicator onto my brush, and then I'm going to make a silly face, and I'm going to put this on top of that purple matte that we put down. You definitely don't have to put a shadow underneath it, but I didn't want to carry this all the way across, so that's why I went ahead and put that purple down. I'm just trying to make sure like y'all can really see the shadow too. I know it's going on a small area, but this is beautiful. Like I said, this is not a new to me formula. I have several of these from Ensley Rain, and they don't crease on me, especially if I put down my favorite eyeshadow primer and then I do like a light layer and kind of blend it in. And when I say a light layer, just enough to be opaque. You know, you don't want to go overboard with excess product or anything like that. So I'm just kind of like brushing this on, and this is going to give us a little something something on the lower lash line. So I'm just kind of blending before it sets, making sure that I don't have like liquid shadow to the matte purple. I want it to kind of fade. So I'm making sure I don't have any weird harsh lines. But that is so gorgeous. Okay, it's kind of dry over here now, so I can kind of disperse the sparkle if I blend after it's dry. Isn't that kind of cool? I'm going to take the purple on the lower lash line. I'm going to blend it a little lower so that it is just as low as our liquid shadow and they kind of flow together. But I'm into that. That's fun. Okay, I'm actually going to take what's left on the brush now and pull it over, so it's not going to be as intense out here, but it's just going to disperse a little sparkle on top of that purple matte now that I brought it down a bit lower. I don't know. I think it's cool and fun and sparkly, and I like it. I'm into it, but I do want to use one of the single shadows on our lid, and then I think we'll do one of the loose pigments on the inner corner. So let me grab the loose shadows. Let me figure out what shade we want to use. Okay, for the lid, I'm going to prime all in here till we get to the purple and the inner corner with my Ensley Rain Glitz Fix Prime and Shine. It's just kind of like a glitter glue adhesive type of thing to make sure everything is super intense and impactful. And for the lid, I'm going to use the multi-chrome. This is Crystal City Lands of Enchantment multi-chrome. So we're going to use this one. And for the inner corner, I'm going to use this multi-chrome in the shade Ascension. Okay, so I've got our single shadow. Wow. That is gorgeous. That is so gorgeous. Wow. I love this shade. That's beautiful. So I've got it on a What's Up Beauty brush, and I'm packing it on top of that Glitz Fix. And I'm gonna blend after a minute, but I want to go ahead and get the inner corner down before our Glitz Fix dries. So I'm gonna pick that up Let me see. I'm gonna pack this right on the inner corner. That's beautiful. That is such a beautiful sparkly shade. Wow. Okay. We are so sparkly and I love it. So these pink and black brushes are from What's Up Beauty. Again, they'll be in the description box. But how beautiful. How beautiful is this look? Now, like I said, we're going to create looks just with the palette as well because it has gorgeous shades. But I really wanted to play with the single shadows and the loose pigments as well. I honestly feel like a cloud fairy queen. Like I just live in the sky and rule over the skies. That's pretty. That's so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna stop being like, that's pretty, that's pretty. At least with y'all. At least with y'all. Because I feel like all day I'm gonna be walking around going, that's so pretty. I love it. I love all the sparkle. But I'm gonna finish up the look just with some eyeliner and a lash, and then I will be back. We'll see again, but this is gonna be our completed eye look. Okay, y'all, here is the look once we have on liner and lash. Kind of the finishing touches. I really like this. I think everything about this look is beautiful. The shadows performed so well. I mean, we only used 2 mattes from the palette, but using that liquid shadow, the single, the loose in the inner corner, I just feel like it's so sparkly. If you wanted to maybe not have this like as intense, even just swapping out the deep purple outer corner for one of the mid-tone shades would tone it down a little bit. You could definitely use that more mauve shade and it wouldn't be quite as bold, but I really like it like this. But I need to not go on and on and on and on about it. I'm excited that I get to wear this for the rest of my day. I think it's so pretty and yeah, I get winter vibes from it. So we're gonna create more. We're gonna do just the palette from here on out. I think I actually might use one of the loose shadows as a face highlight too, but I really like this highlight that we have going on. I think it's really, really pretty. And yeah, here is the look, but we have more to talk about. For these 2 looks, we're just going to use the palette, and I want to create 2 looks that are on the colorful but subtle side. So I'm going to start with this, let me see. I'm gonna start with this shade right here called Awakening. And I think this is gonna be really, really beautiful, very light shade. I just primed with my MAC paint pot in the shade Layin Low, so you can see it's not super light or anything. To make the look more impactful, you could use a very light or true white base for your shadow. But since I don't want this to be intense, I want this to be kind of like easy, effortless, but still colorful, I chose to go with this kind of darker base. Okay, so I'm going to take Awakening on my BK Beauty brush, and I'm going to press this on top of my eye primer first, and I'm going to create almost like a halo or spotlight type eye. So I'm going to put it on the lid, on the inner part of my lid, bring it out to the outer part of my lid, and then up as well. And then once I kind of have the shade on, then I will just kind of buff and blend like this. These are going to be, like I said, colorful, but not super intense looks. Okay, I'm gonna take the shade Lunar Light, and I want to put this in the center of the lid. So I picked it up on my Singe brush and I sprayed my brush. I did not pick up very much shadow at all because I want this to be light and ethereal. Okay, so I want to go in now with this shade right over here called Transcend. I just think this is so pretty. So we used Awakening, we used Lunar Light, and now we're bouncing over to Transcend. So I'm going to pick this up on my Singe brush, and I want to put this kind of like just on the outer and inner part of the lid, not taking it up as high as we did that first kind of pale green shade, but just right in here like that. And then I'll go back with my Lunar Light. I just wanted to get this shade, this shimmery shade down first, and then I can go in and buff like this and kind of disperse some of that sparkle. I didn't pick up any additional shadow on the brush, and I'm just going to blend like so, and I'm going to wrap this under the lower lash line a little bit like this. Okay, I really like how this is coming together. I just want to highlight the inner corner, so we're going to use this shade right here called Divine Light. I think this is going to be really pretty, and it's just going to give us a little pop right there on the inner corner. Just 4 shadows, super easy to do, nothing complex. If I weren't talking to y'all, I could do this in 2 minutes, I'm sure. But I want to do basically the same thing on the other eye, but I want to use different shades. So we're going to kind of use the same placement, the same general look, just with different colors. So I'm going to throw down my eyeshadow primer and decide what shade to use. Okay, for this look over here, I have my eyes primed with my same MAC primer. We're going to use the shade Enlightened, and then we are going to use the shade Majestic. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing we did on our other eye. I'm going to kind of press this on, and same exact placement. We're just kind of putting that all here, buffing and blending. I'm going to bring it up a little high like we did on this side over here, because even though the look is light, I want to be able to see all the color even when I have my eye open. Okay, then we're taking Majestic. This is just a little deeper, so the contrast is not going to be as much as we had on this eye since we did blue and green. And with this eye, we're going to keep it a little more monochromatic, so you're not going to see the color difference quite as much. It's just going to be a difference in depth. So I'm just putting it inner and outer, and then bringing it to the lower lash line, just like we did on the other eye. Okay, for our shimmers, I want to use Moonrise. This shade is really, really pretty. I don't feel like you can see how gorgeous it is in the pan. I want to put it on the eyes, and then we're going to use Light Language right up here. Okay, so I'm going to put this shade right in the center. It's so beautiful, and I did spray my brush after I picked up the shadow, but it's this neutral holographic type of color that I think even if you want to use this shade with like your favorite neutral mattes like browns or like warm tone browns, cool tone browns, straight up neutral shades, I think it's going to be really beautiful. Once I have the shadow off my brush, I'm going to do just like we did with the other eye and kind of pull it up, and then I'm going to kind of diffuse, but I'm keeping this just in the center. I think it's soft but really pretty. I just really like that. And I'm going to go back with the brush I used with my mattes, no additional product, and make sure I have a nice blend. And now I'm going to take light language and highlight the inner corner, just like this. So 2 eye looks, different tones, both super subtle. This one a little more bold because of the colors. This one a little bit softer, but super easy. 4 shades on the eyes. I'm gonna put some liner in my lower waterline, but I'm not gonna put anything up top, and I'm just gonna throw on some mascara, curl my lashes, and I will be back. I don't think I said I'm wearing the highlighter again, the Rainbow Starseed highlighter, and then I am wearing the Rain or Shine lip gloss in Crystal Skies. Everything else I will put in the description box, but I'm gonna throw on mascara, liner, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, here are the finished looks. I just threw on some mascara, and then I picked like pastel liners for the waterline. I will list and link everything down below in the description box, of course, but I like these looks. I feel like they're light, but still colorful and ethereal. Of course, this side is a little more bold. This side is a little softer, but both super easy to do. Just 2 mattes, 2 shimmers, easy, effortless, but still fun, sparkly, and colorful. So I like both of these looks. Again, if you wanted to make them even more impactful, you could use a white eyeshadow base because pastels are gonna pop on top of a white primer. But I really wanted to see, are these mattes, like the pastel mattes from Ensley Rain, are they just as good as the other shades? I kind of knew from some of the other palettes that I have from them, but you know, Harvest Moon was such a deep dark palette, which I love. I really wanted to do 2 kind of easy, ethereal, all pastel-y type of looks. So I hope that you liked these, but I do want to create another look. So here's one last look at, we'll say, what is this? Look 2, look 3. I think I've been playing with this some off camera too. So I think this is look 2, look 3, and we're gonna do one more together. I am going to prime my eyes for shadow for our 4th look. I want to start off with these 2 shades, Atlantis and Utopia. Okay, so I'm taking Atlantis on this Sigma brush, and I'm just going to put it like right in the front half of my socket. I'm just kind of pressing it onto the primer and then blending. I went with a lighter eye primer today so we can really get pop and intensity, but I'm just gonna kind of fluff that shade all in here. Then I'm taking another Sigma brush. This one is one from my favorite set, and I'm gonna stamp that other shadow right here on the outer corner. This is Utopia, and I will say that my Sigma set should be restocking in the next couple of weeks. I know it's been out of stock for a while, but I'm just going to kind of put that shade right in here. Okay, what I want to do now is go in with a few more mattes. I'm going to use Portal, I'm going to use Paradise, and then I'm also going to use this deep dark shade right down here. So kind of these 3 mattes right in there. Okay, I'm going to take that shade Portal, that kind of light pink from the top row, and I'm just going to use this kind of buffing and blending. You don't have to. I could totally have just buffed a little more with this deeper purple shade. What was that? Utopia. But I wanted to kind of bring in this pastel to give us a little more pop and a little more contrast. But the mattes are very easy to blend, so I don't necessarily need another shade to help with blending, but I want to have this shade on the eyes. Like I want this little hint of pink out here. So I'm just going to kind of buff that in. Okay, I'm taking that light pastel green matte now, and I'm going to put this under the eye, and I'm going to blend it pretty low because this is just going to be a little bit of what we're going to do on the lower lash line. So I'm just kind of buffing back and forth like this, and then I'm going to go in and deepen up closer to the lash line with that dark, beautiful shade. Okay, I'm keeping this deeper shade a little closer to the lash line. I'm not going to blend it out as far as we did the pastel, and I'm just dragging it back and forth like this. Okay, I am loving the way this palette has been performing. These mattes are beautiful. So we're going to use another one. We're going to use Edge of Night, and then we're going into this beautiful shade Moon Magic. It's like a multi-chrome, hollow chrome. I don't even know if I can fit it in the mirror. I know you saw the swatches, but I have been dying to use this shade on my eyes. Okay, I'm going to take Edge of Night, and I'm going to put this on my lid, like halfway across the lid, and then up a little bit, but that's as far as I'm going to take it. I'm not going to bring it up any further because I want that beautiful like purpley color to stay out there. I'm just going to put it right in this area. And then I'm going to grab that Glitz Fix glitter glue from Ensley Rain. I'm going to put that down before we go in with that beautiful shimmer. Okay, are we ready for Moon Magic? Oh, look at that sparkle. I am instantly happier to have sparkle on my eyes. I mean, I can really see that sparkle, the like hollow graphic sparkle in that shade. That's crazy beautiful. Okay, you can totally see it looks like a completely different shade in the mirror than it does on my eyes. That's crazy cool, right? Okay, I'm loving my eye look, but we need to highlight the inner corner. So I've got the shade Faye on my brush, and we're gonna pop it right there on that inner corner. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I really, really love that. Okay, I am going to see if I need to do any more blending, but I'm loving, loving, loving this look. I'm going to do liner and a lash. I am going to have my makeup in the description box, but I did put the Winter Ensley Rain or Shine on top of a lipstick, and I am wearing one of the loose pigments as face highlight. I'm wearing Etheric Multi-Chrome, just really lightly with a fluffy brush, kind of buffed it onto my cheeks, but I can't decide. This may be my, I'm like looking in my mirror, this may be my favorite eye look I've created with the palette. I'm really into it. Or the first one. I really like the first one too. Okay, let me throw on liner and a lash and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, here is the finished fourth look. I hope you enjoyed all of the looks. I hope that if you're interested in this collection, my thoughts and demo and swatches and everything helped you make a decision. If you're not into buying makeup right now, I hope that you can shop your stash, create some of these looks with what you have. Hopefully I inspired you. Or if you're not into makeup at all, I hope that you enjoyed hanging out, because I love hanging out. I love playing with makeup. I love talking to y'all about makeup. I started making YouTube videos to talk about makeup because I love it and I wanted to talk about it with more people all the time. So I so appreciate when y'all comment and we can chat. I always love reading your thoughts. I just really feel great in this look. I love everything in this collection performed so well. Like I said, I have played with this not only in these 4 looks, but I've been playing with it here and there, testing shadows and things, and I think every piece of this collection is really beautiful, exactly what I expect from Ensley Rain. Of course, I am excited to see what they create in the future, but I want to say thank you again for watching. I had such a great time. I hope whatever you're doing, you're having an amazing day. Please do subscribe. I have so many videos coming. I can't believe it's time to film year-end videos. All my collection videos. It's a lot. It's a lot. So all of that is coming. Please do subscribe. Stick around if you want to, and I will see you then in another video. Bye.